So something's definitely up with Ragatha, and I know that probably sounds annoying to some people, because there's this really weird thing happening where people either hate her guts now or they're trying to defend her like she's some misunderstood saint. But I don't know, I feel like everyone kinda lost the plot a little bit here, and it's kinda crazy, because like since the release of the pilot in 2023, Ragatha was literally one of the most popular characters. She was a fan favorite, being seen as this reliable voice of reason among all the other insane characters, but now after episode 5, the fan reception is almost entirely flipped. And it's similar to what happened after episode 2 with Jax, but nowadays Jax is back to being one of the most popular characters in the show. Because if we go back to literally episode 1, Ragatha was always the one who was trying, like she was always trying to keep it together, keep everyone together, smile through the chaos and act like it was all fine. Like the complete emotional collapse of every person in the circus was just another Tuesday for her. And back then people loved her for it. She was the reliable one, the sweet one, and the one who wasn't messing with Pomni just for fun like Jax was doing. But now she's the manipulative one, the fake one, and the one who needs to abstract next, apparently. And it all kinda exploded after episode 5, which was Ragatha's episode. But it didn't play out like some soft little character study or redemption arc or whatever people were hoping for. It was messy, and not in a bad writing way or whatever, just emotionally messy and kinda uncomfortable. Like peeling back someone's layers and finding out that they are not who you thought they were. But also, maybe they never really lied about it. Maybe you just filled in the blanks with what you wanted them to be. Because from the beginning, Ragatha was nice, but not like in a healthy, balanced way. It was always this desperate, performative kinda nice. And if you think about it, Jax and Ragatha are basically the inverse of each other, and this was a deliberate choice, because they're based on Raggedy Ann and Andy, where Raggedy Ann is sweet and kind, and always trying her best to look after her friends, while Raggedy Andy is feisty and independent, wanting to appear strong to everyone around him. And that lines up beat for beat with Jax and Ragatha. And Pomni showing up and not instantly clinging to Ragatha the way everyone else may be used to, I think that really messed her up, more than she wanted to admit, because Pomni didn't fall into the dynamic, she wasn't automatically grateful, she didn't need Ragatha in the way Ragatha maybe needed to be needed. And that's not me saying Pomni did something wrong, I'm just saying like Ragatha's whole thing started falling apart the second someone didn't respond to her in the way she was used to. And then Jax gets involved, because of course he does, but this time he starts getting close to Pomni, and that's when things really start spiraling. Because Ragatha sees it, she sees them talking, bonding, and even laughing together, and something in her just snaps a little. Like she tried everything to connect with Pomni, she was patient and warm and helpful and did all the emotional labor, and now suddenly Jax of all people is the one she's opening up to. Of course she's upset, and of course she lashes out, and I'm not saying it's fair, but it does make sense. And the thing is, none of this is shocking if you are really paying attention, because even in episode 1 there was tension between Ragatha and Jax, and every episode since then she's been unraveling a little more, like in episode 4 with the stupid sauce stuff. That wasn't just a one-off gag, this was the show literally telling us, hey, this girl is not as composed as she pretends to be, she has cracked and you just weren't looking close enough. And yeah, episode 5 confirmed it, that bar scene where she talks about her mom, that hit hard, because she opens up about her backstory and reveals she was born into a wealthy family with horses and a vast property, but her mother was a law, and Ragatha also worked in real estate before joining the circus, and she reasons that her mother probably doesn't miss her, and that she doesn't miss the verbal abuse that she used to receive. And then she immediately follows it up with some awkward joke about being a typical farm girl, and a sip of her drink, like she knows she said too much, and now she has to show it all back down again, because her backstory with her life and her mom explains why she acts the way she does. She's experienced trauma growing up, and I'm sure that's why she apologizes after every time she blows up. And Jax, well, he sees all of this, and instead of ignoring it, he pushes it. He brings up the stupid sauce incident again, reminds everyone what she said to Gangle, throws it in her face, and like yeah, how Ragatha acted kinda sucked. But also he's not wrong, cause Gangle literally says she loves Ragatha, but it's getting hard to tell how genuine she's being. And that line alone says so much, cause that's the core of the problem here. Nobody knows how real Ragatha is anymore, and maybe she doesn't even know. Like, yeah, she's still kind, and she still tries, but at what point does that stop being genuine and start being survival? Because it feels like she's not being kind because she wants to be. She's doing it because she has to be. Because if she stops, if she lets the mask slip for even a second, she's scared no one will like her, or that maybe they never liked her. They just liked the character she was playing. And that fear, that very specific, suffocating fear of being unlovable without the performance, that's what makes her feel so real to me. But then the fandom sees that fear, sees that mask cracking, and instead of accepting that she's more complex than we thought, they go, wow, she's fake, she's toxic, she's manipulating everyone. Get out of here. Like, what? When Jax emotionally tortures people, it's iconic, but when Ragatha has a breakdown after being emotionally concerned for 5 episodes, she's annoying and fake. Like, make it make sense. And I'm not saying Ragatha is perfect, because she's just not. She's kind of passive-aggressive and clearly has some jealousy issues, but that doesn't mean she's a villain. That just means that she's human, or at least she used to be. And honestly, if she doesn't get a chance to actually process all of this and find something real outside of the mask she's been wearing since episode 1, she's going to abstract. And that's not even a theory at this point, it's just basic math. And like, there's also the whole thing with evil Ragatha from the softball adventure, and evil Ragatha sounds very posh and stuck up, mocking regular Ragatha the entire time, and it's obviously in stark contrast to the real Ragatha, who's down to earth and friendly despite being rich and living on a farm. But maybe evil Ragatha is kinda like when Ragatha was under the effects of the stupid sauce, where her real emotions came out. And maybe she has negative opinions of the people around her, but she doesn't want to ever air those feelings because she's scared of the consequences. However, I don't know what Gooseworks has planned for her, but between the weird teasing replies and the way the episodes have been escalating, it really feels like Ragatha is hitting a breaking point, and whether that ends with her healing or spiraling, I just hope they actually let her be a person first. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing with Ragatha. Like, she's always been this way, we just didn't want to see it because it was easier to have her be the nice one, the stable one, the one who keeps everyone together. But now that her facade is cracking and we can see the real person underneath, some people don't like what they're saying, and instead of having compassion for someone who's clearly struggling, they're just writing her off as fake or manipulative. And there's also this consensus among fans that Ragatha should be better than Jax. Like, she's been around him for months or maybe years. She knows how he operates and how to push his buttons. It's at the point where maybe it's on her that she still gets upset by what he does. The advice of not feeding the trolls clearly doesn't work on her, as she falls for Jax's rage bait and ends up getting upset, making her look worse in front of Pomni, who pretty quickly identified how Jax operates. And I think that says more about the fandom than it does about Ragatha, because at the end of the day, she's just someone who is scared of being alone, scared of being hated, and maybe that's not the most healthy way to exist, but it's definitely human. But let me know what you think about the Ragatha hate train, and if you're one of the haters, please tell me in the comments why. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.